What's going on, guys? Welcome back on another video. We're doing the technical analysis for charts, and it's Alex with Finite to Freedom. And let's dive in straight away into the main screen. There we go. As we can see here, this is the today's video. Well, actually, not today's video. Today's fourth video is going to be about Quantum Scape, which is QS, JEPQ, and Intel. So as you can see here, we already have the chart. So I've gotten my support level at $8.19, and we are currently below the resistance at $9.18. We closed on Friday at $9.03, and what I'm waiting to see is, are we going to have another retest with the support level and then bounce back up, or are we going to break the resistance and head towards the $10.06? It's really interesting, as Quantum Scape is a really promising company with what they're doing. It's kind of like a second type of Tesla, if that makes sense. They are making batteries, and they are friendly to the environment. So there's a lot of competition out there. We've got Japanese models like Toyota and Tesla, which is an American company, and there's a lot of competition out there. So, but I really do believe that they are doing a fantastic job. Like, I know I invested with them, and I invested really high, and that was my mistake. But that doesn't change the fact that I believe it's a great company. So in case we break above the $9.18, I'm anticipating then the resistance at $10.06. But if we do test the $8.19, then we can head back up. But if we break below that, then we can anticipate the $7.02. That is about QS. Now we are going to do the JEPQ. JEPQ is performing really well, and we can see it from 7th of April, right? So from April, we can see that it's steadily growing. Right now we close at $55.80. We're close to test the resistance at $56.15. But if we do break above the resistance, then we can trade between this space here, which is between $56 and $58. So if we do break above, then I'm anticipating the $58.51. But if we do come down, and then we can even bounce back up, or if we do break below the $54.09, then I'm anticipating the $51.29. Again, as I've explained to the previous videos, and if you haven't seen them, they are gonna pop up here with the latest video, and down here you can see the playlist, and you can also watch all the videos. So if we do break below the $59.09, then I'm anticipating the $51.29. But I think overall the market was performing really well last week, and we are in August, which we do know that August and September are not as profitable as the rest of the months. So what I'm looking for is, I'm reading the charts for the companies from the stocks. I'm reading. I'm trying to get a lot of information out there, so I won't miss the next opportunity or the opportunities that are ahead of us. But JEPQ, unfortunately, that I'm in UK, I can't invest into. Otherwise, I would have, because it's a really nice way to earn a little bit of extra cash, if that makes sense. We have like the dividends that they pay monthly, and they are great. I mean, the dividend from JEPQ, let me see about it. So if you guys don't know about dividends, or you do know, either way, I don't know what's the knowledge that you have, but I have to assume that I have to make a video out there for people that they actually don't know what is dividends. So if we go here, you can see like I've got plenty of files and stocks, because it's really great. So let me see, JPQ, there we go. So JEPQ is an ETF, right? And it's the name came from JP Morgan Exchange Traded Fund Trust, JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF. Now I'm going to make a video that is explaining what is dividend, and you can get paid monthly or quarterly. So Coca-Cola pays quarterly, so that's 4 times a year, but JPQ and S&P 500 Vanguard, they pay monthly. So I'm going to explain what is dividend, and I'm going also to explain on another video what is an ETF, right? The dividend yield that it has, so you can see actually that it covers 53.84% about technology companies. They cover 16.12% about communication services, and you can see all the list here, right? It covers a lot. So it's a much more safer investment. JPQ, S&P 500 Vanguard. But having said that, that doesn't mean that you should go buy when it's high, right? We absolutely covered this. We want, when we invest or even trade, we want to invest as low as possible. So there might be a question, okay, so Alex, do I wait to come down or do I just invest? What I would say is that I used to be all in, right? And that's when I was missing opportunities. So if I wanted to invest on this and I could, I would go like, okay, what's my capital? $1,000. Okay, I'll put $200, right? At this current price. If it comes down, I'll add another $200. If it comes further down to $51, $49, I'll put 30 or 40 percent of my account, right? So if you invest here £200, $200, and then it comes here and you get another $200, that's already $400, right? And if it comes right there, you put 30. So not 30, apologies, $300, right? So you maximize the capital that you add into this ETF, and you buy more shares when it's lower. And then if it reaches to 49, 47, that's brilliant, right? That's previous lows and support levels, right? So you add most of the money. So when it comes up, this placement here, it will cover almost the losses from here, if it makes sense. So I did the same with BBAI. BBAI, I invested high, then low, then lower, right? And then the lowest. So by the time the market was going up, with my lowest and the lower prices, I was covering the loss from the highest placement that I did, and it was going down, right? Makes sense. You buy lower, you get more profits, and it covers the losses. Now, if you don't sell anything, right? Because if you are not going to risk more, actually, if it doesn't have a lot of risk, then, and you believe in the fundamentals of a company or an ETF, then I don't see a point of selling. I only sold for QS, Quantum Scape, because it would take a lot of time to come back up, and I didn't want to lose time. That was me. That was my plan, my strategy, right? So you guys will have your own strategy, your own plans. So if you, for example, invest here, by the time it reaches here, that's profit, right? That's pure profit. And this profit can cover this loss here, if it makes sense, right? And as soon as it goes up and up and up, the loss minimizes and it comes back to original places, and then you can be fully in profit as soon as it passes all prices. And that's what I did with BBAI. I invested at 740, 720, $7, 6 something. And then when I got into the lowest point and lower prices, then this profit was covering, like, it's a balance. Like, think about it like it goes like that, like a scale, right? So you've got the high price, you've got the lower price, and then as soon as the price are going up, then this is the loss and this is the profit. It comes to a balance, and then boom, straight away, fully in profits. That's how I see it. That's how I can explain it, so we can understand it. So yeah, that's about JEPQ. And now Intel, there we go. Intel, what a great signal there, right? So this means really, really neutral. But my question is why it didn't stay with the news that we received about Intel and the Trump administration. Why didn't it stay above the resistance, right? So we can push further up. So I take it as a signal. We could possibly trade between $24 and $25. And if we break below the resistance at $24.13, then we can anticipate back the $22.74 and the $22.4. But if it does a test and then bounce back up and break above the $25.06, then I'm anticipating the $26.37. I think that covers everything about Quantum Scape, JEPQ, and Intel. I gave you a little bit of information of what is an ETF kinda and dividend yield. So as long as we say that ETF is a much more safer investment, as long as you invest low, right? Same thing I'm saying with Nvidia. Nvidia is a single company, right? But I know the fundamentals. I know where it can be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years time, right? But there is not certainty. There is not 100%. I know 100%. There's nothing like that, right? We need to keep learning about where we invest. We keep learning about the fundamentals of a company or an ETF. And it's the same thing, right? If you go... like the difference is that Nvidia in a single stock can go like 50% down or 30 or 20, but then for S&P 500 Vanguard, VU, or JPQ or ETFs in general, ETFs, in order for them to go 50% down, it needs to, like, I don't know, like it needs a comet to hit Earth. You know, like, it's a little bit more safer. It's a little bit, apologies. It's safer actually than single stocks. But having said that, when you invest something in the lowest position and the lowest price and the lower prices, then I don't see any point of thinking like, oh, okay, I don't like comparing ETFs with stocks. I want only to mention that when you buy lower and when you buy the lowest positions, then you have nothing to worry about. Like, the risk minimizes itself. But if you go, for example, and buy right now Nvidia that is already $180, right? If it goes to 150, you can't turn around and say, oh, it's bad and blah, 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 right? You need to know where you invest, and that's when information and knowledge comes aboard to where you invest. So be mindful, guys. Everything I say is not financial advice. I will never say to people, go invest on that, because I don't want to have that responsibility. And about Nvidia, for example, I mentioned it in the past that I want to see if Nvidia will go to the prices of last summer. So if it breaks below the $100, then I'm anticipating the 98, 95, 93, and even though it went lower. But I didn't invest on 87 because it was the period when we had all this tariffs noise, America with China, and everything, Europe, everything was a mess at that point. So what I did, I didn't invest on $87. I waited to Nvidia to give me a signal that, you know what, this is the bottom, I want to go now higher. So I invested into $93, 95, 96, 98, 100, 102. So I was placing positions, right? And I took the money out at $140, 142, and 143, and then I went back and invested at, I think it was $164, and I sold it at 107. I don't regret, like someone can turn around and say to me like, why you didn't keep the investment into Nvidia when you did believe that by September it's going to go at 180, 185. We saw it right now. Nvidia went end of July, so 2 months from my prediction, it went to $180 plus. But I don't regret it. I'm happy with it. Everything I do is going to be a lesson for the future, as long as we don't lose, in general, the war. And the war is metaphorical way of speaking. The war symbolizes the financial freedom. So that's the, let's not talk about war. Let's put the word of goal, right? And the more you learn, the closer you are to achieve what you want. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you want to subscribe to help the channel grow and more people can come aboard and receive valuable information, and hopefully they can receive help from the charts and the way we are presenting everything, because I want people to be mindful with their investment. End of the day, it's your money, guys. But it's really, really bad to hear someone that says, oh, this is going, you know, to $100, right? And because some people are going to sell you fake news, and I know that we want to hear where we invest, oh, it's going to $100 so we can get profit, but that's not what we do. So I want to provide transparency and be honest and truthful, as we have said many, many times, and everything I say is not financial advice. But I want to help more people out there to be mindful with their investment and don't listen to the noise. Have a research, get as many information as you can, guys, and invest smart. Don't go and invest on everything you hear or whatever, right? So there we go. So if you guys want to subscribe to help the channel grow and get more people aboard and make it to 500 subscribers, so we can start going live and start making more changes, hit the button down below and hit the bell notification so you can be updated with all our latest videos. And if you guys want to like the video, please do. It will help massively. And if we reach to 100 likes every single video, then our videos are going to be up there, suggested by YouTube to many, many people. So much appreciated, guys, for another video that is coming to an end, and you guys are here. It's currently 4:30. Our next video, I think, is going to be in 2 hours time, which is UNH and VU, S&P 500 Vanguard, and then our last video is going to be XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So I hope I'll see you on the next video, guys. And as you know, over here is going to be our logo, so you can drag your mouse and receive more information about what we do, and you can subscribe. And over here is going to be our latest video, and over here is going to be the list with all our videos, so you can guys go and check it out. So I hope I'll see you on our next video. Bye until then, take care, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.